Good evening. Tonight, new information on what happened in the moments before the murder of a Northern Kentucky 11-year-old.
Scott Dieter was killed August 7th in Copley Township, Ohio. Reporter Bob Jones talks to the woman who tried to save Scott's life and came face to face with his killer.
For the life of me, I don't know why he didn't kill us, but I know God had a big role in it.
Melanie Bagley's kind heart and motherly instincts thrust her and her 3 young children into the middle of the Copley shooting spree. On the morning of August 7th, Melanie heard gunfire and screaming and saw 11-year-old Scott Dieter running towards her home.
Scott was just like, help me, you know.
Michael Hance, a gun in his right hand, was chasing the child, only a few seconds behind. He had already murdered 6 people. Melanie knew she had to try to protect the boy.
We didn't know him, he didn't know us, but he came to our door, so I let him in.
Melanie and her daughter's boyfriend, Gary, hid Scott in the basement, along with Melanie's 1-year-old daughter, Ariana, her 3-year-old daughter, Destiny, and her 9-year-old son, Deshaun.
All of us just like praying, like, God to help us.
But Hance fired shots into the front door, burst inside, and kicked in the basement door. Suddenly, Melanie found a gun pointed to her head.
He just asked where the little boy was when we was in the basement, and he had the gun to my head. He was just asking, where's the little boy? I know he here.
At that point, Melanie grabbed her 2 girls, ran for the steps, and yelled for Deshaun and Scott to follow.
And I just heard a gunshot. It was like, I just knew right then that he was gone.
Scott, the boy Melanie tried so desperately to protect, was killed in her basement.
We always think about the what ifs, but I know it was nothing that could change it.
Almost 3 weeks later, Melanie feels blessed her family is alive, but her heart aches for the Dieter family as she replays that horrible day in her mind.
If we could relive that day, I would still open the door just because he could have died by himself. And if that was my son or daughter or anybody, I would be at ease to know that somebody let them come in and he didn't die by himself.
Michael Hance was killed by a Copley police officer right outside Melanie's home. She says it's too tough to go back to that house right now. She's staying in an apartment with the help of victim's assistant.